Jeff, are you there, or is it Hefe?
It's Pepe.
It's what?
Pepe, like the skunk, you know, the horny skunk.
They wrote Hefe on the.
That's boss, man.
On the screen.
That works too.
Yeah.
I just wanted to first of all say, Joe, I think it's awesome that you're such a well-rounded person, both intellectually and physically. I mean, obviously, you know, you keep yourself in shape, and also, you know, intellectually as far as experimentation with DMT and other hallucinogens, and that was kind of why I called. I was kind of curious as to whether or not you still have your sensory deprivation chamber.
Sure, got in it last night.
Right on.
What? We've never heard this about you before.
I've had one for years.
So was it filled with salt water, or what?
I'm in the 70s still.
Yeah. When did that movie come out?
I actually gave one away on the internet. I had a contest on the internet. You signed up for my mailing list, and I just picked a random dude.
Okay, you had a bill. I was about to say, where do you find a sensory deprivation tank?
There's a company called Samadhi that sells them. The company that I got it from is called Float Lab. You go to floatlab.com, and they construct them. They're the best ones.
You guys get real good deals at yard sales.
I'm trying to think of that movie too now, Bob.
Yeah, what was that movie with William Hurt?
Altered States.
Thank you.
That was in the 70s.
Ari, have you ever done the deprivation chamber?
No, I never have.
What is this? What is this chamber?
Sensory deprivation. It was created by a psychedelic pioneer named John Lilly, and John Lilly used to drop acid and get in this thing and communicate with dolphins. He figured out how to make this thing when he was on acid, actually. And what it is it's a tank that's filled with water that's heated to 93.5 degrees, which is the same temperature as the surface of your skin, and there's 800 pounds of salt in the water. You get in this water, and you float because there's so much salt in it, and you don't feel the water because it's the same temperature as the surface of your skin, and you close the lid on it. You're in total silence, total darkness, and it's a complete absence of any sensory input. It feels like you're weightless, like you're flying through space, and it literally is your brain untethered from your body. And you don't realize how much sensory input distracts you. Like, we're having this conversation, but she's moving that mouse, and he's over here online, and there's sound, and there's lights, and there's, you know, I mean, you ever have a conversation with somebody, and it's an important conversation, but there's, like, all this noise, like people are arguing next to you. You can't concentrate. You don't realize how much you're constantly inundated with sensory input. Just sitting in this chair, feeling your butt against the gravity and the cushion, there's things that are coming in. While in the tank, there's nothing. There's literally nothing. No sound, no touch, no seeing anything. And in the absence of sensory input, your brain becomes literally supercharged. It's like you communicate Gaia, you know, you literally become like you untethered to culture, untethered to any learned experiences. It's like you're just your mind, you know.
So you don't tweet in
incredible
there.
Experience.
What? You don't tweet when you're in there.
Have you read, when you mentioned that,
when I tweet,
because of Bob's thing, I recently reading Eckhart Tolle, and he talks about being in the moment. And that if you can get rid of all the thoughts in your head that are false, almost every thought in your head is false because it either involves the future or the
is that a false thought?
Yes, it's called reactions. And because if you can ever get in touch with just who you really are then, the love in your soul, then you can become whole and you become who you were meant to be.
Well,
so it's kind of similar.
It's a natural psychedelic state, and that's the most the strangest thing about it. You have crazy, deep hallucinations. You know,
after how much time? Is this something?
It takes a long time. Okay. You have to learn how to relax. You have to learn how to let go. Like there's a lot of tension involved in the initial tank experiences. Are just you learning how to just completely let your body go, and it takes a long time. Sometimes it takes over an hour before I really sink in. You know, I have to just lie there, and I have deep breathing exercises, and I have to learn how to let all my muscles relax because they're constantly like wound up and tense, and your brain, in the absence of any sensory input, will start creating busy work. Like you say, I gotta itch myself, but you don't have to itch yourself. It's just your brain is just tweaking the fact there's no input coming in.
How long will you stay in there?
Hours.
Like, what's the longest you've been in there?
4 hours.
Okay. And what room do you keep this in?
It's in my basement.
In the basement of it. Can I ask you what it costs?
It's about $8,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you keep it plugged in all the time so if you need to go do it?
It's heated up. Yeah.
Like if you have some sort of a negative encounter with somebody, is that where you'll go to?
No. I mean, I usually go to the gym. You go there. I go there all the time. I go there. It helps me manage life. It helps me manage my thoughts, my mind. You know, I think it gives you a perspective on life and on, you know, just your experiences in this planet that really is not available anywhere else. It's an environment that isn't available anywhere else on the planet. There's no other time in life where you have no sensory input. Even when you're lying in bed, you feel the bed. You know, you don't feel anything in that thing. You're weightless. You have no input coming in whatsoever. It's a fascinating experience. And it's one of those things that was really popular in the 70s, and for whatever reason, just like, you know, like so many other psychedelic experiences, people just forgot about it.
Can you go out of body?
Yeah, well, you know, your body doesn't exist when you're in there. You don't get any input.
But can you go, like, we talked a lot about out-of-body experiences that guy, I can't remember the author,
Robert Monroe.
Journeys out of the body or whatever.
Monroe, yeah.
But you can't expect that way because you don't have any sensory input, so your body, automatically you're out of your body. Automatically your mind is untethered to your body. You feel like I have a lot of repeated experiences in there, and one of them is this really vivid feeling, sensation, and visuals of flying through the universe, like flying through galaxies. Yeah. If you Google where to float, there's a website that will show you all the various places in the country that you can rent a tank.
And how much does it cost to rent?
Denver, the one in Denver was $50, I think, for an hour. But I'm sure they have one in Austin. As a matter of fact, I'm almost positive they do.
I have a bad habit of peeing in warm water.
Don't do it.
So,
that's rude.
Buying my wife a Sibian for Christmas, so maybe I'll spend that money on this.